honestly, I don't believe failure is real. Like, I really think that you can't fail. And in school, you can fail a test or something like that, but I feel like failure doesn't exist because you haven't failed yet. You know, you can always continually go for that same goal.
Right.
Like, until you die, right?
Right.
And then you can no longer go for that goal. But, like, whatever that goal is, you can still achieve it. So, like, you haven't quite failed, you just hit a barrier. And, like, you can either quit at that barrier or you can find a way around it. And one of the biggest challenges for me was building this, like, establishing this one national partner that we have. And when I first started, I went to them at the very beginning. And I said, hey, I want to do this, you know, locally here. Because I was like, I can't do this large scale. Like, I just didn't believe I could. I probably could have if I had, you know, put a lot of energy and thought that I could, but I didn't think I could. I told myself I couldn't. So in the beginning, they were like, we need somebody who can cover it on a broad scale. And I was like, okay. Came back to me a year later, they said the same thing. And then it wasn't until the next year where I was like, I'm going to try to do this big time. And I told them that, and they were like, okay, let's do it. And they had another company they were working with, but I was, you know, genuine with them. I was establishing good communication, conversation. It took 3 years.
So you come to them 3 times. 3 times they really tell you what they need from you.
Yeah.
If you'll go national, we'll work with you.
Right.
And then on 3rd year, you're finally at that place of belief
and they
that
were
you
working
can step
with,
into it.
Yeah, and they were actually working with another company doing it, but they were saying, you know, they weren't doing a great job the way they wanted it done. They had gotten great feedback from us in the past that we'd done one of their events early on, and just good communication.
So unless you give up, you don't really fail. That's
Exactly.
your take on it.
Yeah, unless you give up, you don't really fail. And I think, like I said, in school and growing up, failure is like something that we're like taught, you know, like we're motivated by failure. Even in society, I feel like if you do something bad, like you go to jail. If you fail in school, then you fail, right? But there's not a lot of positive motivators out there. Like if you do something great in this world, what do you get? A high five or like there's not really, and not even monetarily or anything like that. I'm not saying there should be, but it's just interesting. When we do something bad in this world, like we're motivated by negative things. Like do good, otherwise you're gonna do bad. As opposed to like do good for the purpose of being good and pursuing something in a positive way as opposed to a negative way.